Hi everyone, my name is Mr Rusk and I'm in charge of economics and I'll be teaching you in year 12 and year 13. What is economics? It's most and foremost, it's about people. Yeah, we are talking about profit and loss and how the governments run the economy, but in the end we are talking about people because if firms aren't making a profit, then they'll lose their jobs. So it is very much about the individual. Here's an example of a definition. Economics is the study of how people make choices to get what they want when they cannot get everything they want. Yeah, we all have needs, and needs is something you must have to survive: food, water, sleep, air. But we have infinite wants, and something you desire but is not essential. Now, I want a Bentley, but because I'm a poorly paid teacher, I can't get that Bentley. So we have lots of wants, but only a few needs that we must have. Here's some of the things you might expect to see over the 2 years. We look at inequality, exchange rates, climate change, globalization, government, trading blocks, taxation, international competitiveness, profit, developing countries, and inflation. An example of a trading bloc is the EU, the European Union, and globalization is where we get all our clothes from China and things like that. So we're looking at all these different topics and many others. Now, some people think that economics and maths are very similar. It's useful if you're good at maths, but it's not important as long as you're okay at it. But even so, we work through any of the maths and it really isn't that much from the very beginning. Okay, an example of a type of maths which I'm sure you'd have done in GCSE is index numbers, yeah, which allow for easy, quick comparisons by identifying a base year, a benchmark, and then scaling all the other results, usually years, off that. But anything that we do, any equation that we work, and there aren't that many, we work through slowly so everyone can understand and we can move on, okay? I wouldn't let it worry about you if you think there's going to be too much maths. There isn't. Okay, important thing here. We study EdXL, the examination board, and it's Economics A. It's a 2 years linear course, and there are 4 themes overall. We do theme 1 and theme 2 in year 12, and themes 3 and 4 in year 13. Themes 1 and 3 are known as microeconomic. Okay, they look at the smaller parts of economics. So they look at how consumers, customers, businesses, and industries interact. We look at supply and demand. Demand is what people want to buy, and supply is what businesses will supply at, hopefully to make a profit. We look at consumer behavior. We look at supernormal and normal profit. And we look at the theory of firms, such as profit maximization. Themes 2 and 4 are macroeconomics, looking at the larger picture. Theme 2, so we're looking at the studies of the whole economy. It looks at aggregate, i.e. total variables such as aggregate demand, national output, inflation, and the world. Theme 2, we look at the national government in year 12, and theme 4, we look at the world economies. So we're looking at monetary and fiscal policy, different economic policies and how they affect the whole economy. Economics, they say if you put 12 people in a room, they'd all have different opinions on how the economy should be run. Okay, so in many ways you don't have right or wrong answers as long as you can apply your economic theory to how it should work out. You look at reasons for inflation, economic growth, international trade and globalization, and reasons for differences in living standards and economic growth between countries. In year 12, you have 4 classes a week. 2 will be on theme 1 and 2 will be on theme 2. You need to write up your notes ahead of each upcoming topic, and they need to be written, not copied and pasted. You'll have group presentations, doing PowerPoint presentations. Your folders need to be maintained right from the very beginning with dividers, and they are checked regularly. There'll be regular exam technique practice, and other tests will take place during the term. In year 13, you have 5 classes a week. Different from year 12, I'll do theme 3, microeconomics first, and then followed by theme 4, the macroeconomics. Again, notes need to be written up and understood ahead of the upcoming topic. You'll do again group presentations, exam technique, tests during the term, homework, and group work. You'll have to find out in year 13 about another country, a lesser economically developed country. It may be anywhere around the world, where countries that aren't as economically viable as the United Kingdom or America, say, or most of Europe. So you'll look into that country, what it's doing well and what it's not doing well, and everything like that. Now, some books you may want to buy. There are 2 types you can buy. The student guide, which is about £10, and there'll be 4 themes. There's a book for theme 1, theme 2, theme 3, and theme 4. So you can buy those books gradually over the 2 years. The bottom book has all the themes in it, and it's quite a thick book. Okay, but they roughly are about the same price altogether overall. But most students, I would suggest, buy the student guide. Now, you need to be able to find about economic information, and 3 good websites are Tutor to You, Economic Help, and Economic Online. There are lots more as well that you can find out. There's also a vast array of videos. ACDC is an American economics teacher, does some wacky videos, but also some very good ones. He looks at big blockbuster movies like Hunger Games and Batman, and talks about the economics that's in them. Econ Plus Dal is a bit of a rock star English economist, and he does lots of very good videos about graphs, and there are a number of others. Okay, so that's it. Economics is involved in everything, whether it's history, geography, science, your grannies, your parents and what they earn, your grannies and granddads, what tax they're having to pay. Economics is in everything. It's a very interesting subject, and I'll see you in September.